All right, so this is going to be a color coding word equations activity. All we're really working on here is identifying types of substances, because as we get into this chapter 11, we're going to be translating word equations, we're going to be writing chemical equations. If you don't know what kind of substance something is, then your formula for that substance will probably be incorrect. We want to make sure that you write those formulas correctly so that we can move on and we can balance and we can recognize types of reactions and things like that. So you should already have this worksheet open, the color coding word equations worksheet, and then just follow along. And I will have you try to do some things on your own. You could just watch and get spoon fed, but that's not going to help you later. So I'd like you to try things and then come back and watch me and see if you got them right. And if you didn't, it'll be really easy to fix because this is on a computer, so you can just change colors. Okay, so first off, we're going to make a color coding key right here. So I've already listed the types of substances that you're going to have in this worksheet, and we're going to color code them according to my directions here. So if you haven't already clicked, file, make a copy of this worksheet, you need to do that so that you can actually edit it and then save it and submit it later. So go ahead and highlight diatomic element for me. And then click up here, there's a little highlighting color, and we're going to just click on a red. Okay, so choose a red and highlight diatomic element red. So all of the diatomic elements in this worksheet, we're going to highlight red. Now what I want you to do is scroll down and find all of the diatomic elements in this worksheet. Remember, it's an element, it's not part of a compound. So some diatomic elements are in compounds on this worksheet, but I want you to just highlight the ones that are elements. They're on their own in the sentence. And we recognize those diatomics as elements that end in gen, G-E-N, or ene, I-N-E. If it doesn't end in one of those, it's not diatomic. So give it a shot, pause the video. You should find 7 diatomic elements. So pause the video and give that a shot now. Okay, after you've gone through, you're going to check it with me. So our first diatomic element is right here, oxygen. So we want to highlight that one red. Whatever red you chose at the beginning is what you want to highlight that. The second diatomic element is also oxygen. It's in number 3. See how that one stands alone? So I'm going to highlight that one red. Okay. All right. Our next sentence, you will see hydrogen, but it's dihydrogen, right? So this is part of a compound. So that is not one of our diatomic elements. We don't want that one. But there are 2 in question 5 or in equation 5. So I'm going to highlight oxygen and hydrogen. So looking for those gens. Okay. All right, here come a couple more. Chlorine. So anytime you see I-N-E, we're going to highlight that as diatomic. Iodine at the end, I-N-E, it's also diatomic. Okay, so we are almost there. There is one more, right? So we've got 6 so far. I told you there were 7. The last one is right here. Question 8, the very last piece of question 8 is diatomic. All right, so all of our diatomics are highlighted red. Now we're going to come back up here and we're going to do our single elements. And these are the ones that are not diatomic. So, oxygen was a single element because it wasn't part of a compound name, right? And react, kind of separate this from the other compounds, other substances. So we're going to find all of our other elements and we're going to highlight them orange to show that they are just single elements. We would just write their chemical symbol from the periodic table without a 2, without anything, just write their symbols if we were to write them in symbol form, okay? So there are only 2 of these in the whole worksheet. First one is right here, iron. So highlight that one orange. Sorry, you should pause and try and find the other one on your own and then come back. And the other one is silver down here, not silver oxide. That's a compound because there's no word separating those 2. So this is one substance. But silver right here is a single element. So we'll highlight that one orange. Okay, next one for real. I'm going to want you to pause the video and give it a shot. So covalent, we'll go ahead and highlight this one yellow. Okay. There are 7 covalent compounds on this worksheet. Remember, when you're looking at names, you want to look for prefixes. We learned 10 prefixes in our class: mono, di, tri, tetra, etc. You want to look for prefixes. Every single covalent compound has a prefix in its name. So pause the video. Oh, also, sorry, remember, some common substances can also be covalent. So keep that in mind. Pause the video, give it a shot, try to find all 7 covalent compounds. Okay, coming back, that hint that I told you about common compounds, we know water is H2O, and that's 2 nonmetals attached to each other. So water is our first covalent substance on this worksheet. So we're going to highlight that one yellow. Then we scroll down and we look at number 3, carbon tetrahydride. Tetra is a prefix, right? So carbon tetrahydride, that entire thing is one substance, and it is covalent because it has that prefix in its name, okay? And again, 2 nonmetals. Carbon dioxide is another one. Di is a prefix, so that one is covalent. And again, water, we just need to recognize water is covalent because that's 2 nonmetals. So highlight water, turn that one yellow. All right, here we don't have any at the beginning, but dihydrogen monosulfide, there's 2 prefixes there. This is one substance. Again, if there's no words in between, that's one substance. It's all one name. Highlight that one yellow. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're at 5. Here comes water again for 6. All right, so we should have one more. And if we are reading through all of this, we get to water at the end as our last covalent substance. All right. So hopefully you're doing well on this activity. Here comes acids. These are going to be super easy because all acids we know literally have the word acid in their name. So we're going to go ahead and highlight 4 acids on this worksheet. So go through, find those, pause the video if you want, and then we'll go through together and see if you got them all. All right, so we're looking for the word acid. Here's one, hydrochloric acid right here. So we're going to highlight that one green. There's one, sulfuric acid. It's our second one. Nitric acid is our third one. And down here again, nitric acid. It's our fourth one. Okay, those are all the acids. Now we're going to bases. Bases are going to be blue. I'm going to choose a blue so I can still read the substance after I highlight it. Okay, so bases, I got a lot of errors on the quiz. Remember, you're looking for hydroxide, not oxide, hydroxide, which is the OH polyatomic ion that we learned. So go through, find your 4 bases, and highlight those. All right, so now that we've already hopefully highlighted those, we're going to read through. Barium hydroxide. It's the first one that I saw. It doesn't mean that I'm right, but ammonium hydroxide is another one. Calcium hydroxide is a third one. I think I might have missed one earlier. Yep, very first reaction, sodium hydroxide. So if you highlighted them all in order, good job. I missed the first one. Okay, ionic. Remember, ionic has a metal, but the reason why we saved this one for last is because ionic and bases sometimes get mixed up, okay? A base is an ionic compound. Technically, so is an acid, because an acid has that polyatomic ion sometimes, and the hydrogen is the cation. So acids are also ionic. We don't want to accidentally highlight those ones as ionic, so we save ionic for the end. We've already gotten our acids out of the way, our bases out of the way. So now go through, you should have 12 substances left to highlight. Highlight those substances as ionic, pause the video and I will go through them, make sure that you're seeing them as whole substances and not highlighting them as two different substances. So highlight, count them, make sure you only have 12, and then resume the video. Okay, so first one, again, sodium oxide, that's all one substance because it doesn't have any words written in the middle. Okay, so that is one substance. Okay, iron 3 oxide, all one substance. Okay, we're looking for words like and or reacts with or things like that to differentiate between two substances. Okay, if there's no words like that in between, then it's just one substance. So that's 2. 3 is already all highlighted. Here's 4 has iron 2 sulfide. That's number 3. And iron 2 chloride is number 4. Sodium iodide is number 5. Sodium chloride, number 6. Aluminum nitrate, number 7. Aluminum sulfate, number 8. Silver oxide, number 9. Ammonium phosphate, number 10. Barium phosphate, number 11. And calcium nitrate, number 12. All right, so you should have a worksheet that looks something like this, hardly any orange, but we've got our nice little rainbow color coding at the top. And we're going to be using this in an activity later in this unit. So you'll be able to reopen it when it is time for use. So thanks for watching, and we will see you in class.